South Africa is one of the highest countries with the highest infestation of malware. Why is that?
Very good question.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons is that it's very easy to spread malware in Africa because not a lot of people is aware of the security risk and what you can do to actually improve security on your own device. Like an antivirus software actually costs a lot of money. And I don't think everyone is willing to spend that money on your machine. But there's a lot of other things that you can do to actually increase the security level on your device.
Yeah.
For example, you need to update all softwares that you have on your machine, not just Windows softwares, but a lot of other softwares like movie players and PDF readers and web browsers. You need to update that because the normal procedure, like the Windows update, which is built in the operating system, that update service doesn't include third-party software. So if you use a different browser like Chrome, which is very popular, if you use Chrome, that is not updated through the normal procedure. It has its own updating procedure. Same thing with Java and Flash and all these other software. You have to manually update them.
So you have to make sure that you're up to date on
everything, everything that you install. And then people have a lot of excuses why they shouldn't work with security, because people have a mindset that security is a very difficult thing. For example, having a strong password. Everyone knows that I should have a strong password and it should be unique on every site that I'm authenticating against. But everyone is also giving me a lot of excuses why that is not possible.
What are some of the excuses they give you?
That is too difficult. Remember. Yeah, exactly. I can't remember all these different passwords. Is capital, is numbers.
Now, what kind of damage can malware do?
Well, it can read anything that you have on your computer. So all the documents, all the pictures, everything that you have on your computer, someone else can get. But it can also, turn off webcams, turn off microphones. Yes. So when you're picking your nose, when you're Skyping,
people are watching you.
People are watching you. That's terrible.
That's scary, David.
Yes.
Is that an extreme case?
That's not. Well, that's actually, if you look on some of the latest banking malware, it actually intercepts the web browser. So it knows it's not active until you visit the banking website. Then the malware gets activated.
Okay.
So it's not activated when you're just on Facebook or whatever. Yeah. When you go to the bank, it gets activated. And when you log in the bank, try to log in. How many times have you seen an error message saying that you entered the wrong password or the wrong PIN code when you do banking transactions?
Never.
Never? Okay, that was not the answer I was expecting. I was expecting, of course I've seen it. Because the case is that the malware is intercepting the browser.
Okay.
So when you try to log in the first time, it gives you a false error saying, the password is wrong. And you try again, and then it works. But the first time actually worked as well. But the malware catched it.
Okay. So how do you get rid of malware? Is it just antivirus systems?
Antivirus solutions and patch management. You need to patch your computers with all the security patches, because that's one way that the malware actually enters your computers, not just through something you download. If you have a vulnerability on your machine, like in your web browser, if that's not updated, the only thing you have to do is visit a website.
Yeah.
And that website will automatically install the malware on your computer through that vulnerability.
Now, it's scary that you're telling me all of this, and South Africa is one of the highest infected countries with malware. Do you see this trend in other developing countries?
Oh, absolutely. It's all over the place. It's because the people who's writing the malware, in some cases, they localize the malware. So in South Africa, you might have malware that's written for South African banks and South African users. In Sweden, we see malware targeting Swedish banks and so on. So it's everywhere. It's not specifically just for South Africa. It's all over the place.
But do you see it more in developing countries, or is it across the board all over the place?
Well, for example, Europe, people get free antivirus from the hardware shop where they buy the computer. There's like a subscription. There's always something included. It doesn't matter which product you have as long as you have a product. So I don't know how it is here in South Africa, but we kind of get antivirus installed automatically. Yeah, it's part of the package, just on there. Different vendors, but as long as it's a product, it's its protection.
Great. Well, David, thank you for coming in. I think you shared some very valuable tips for
Thank
everyone
you.
watching, and I hope you don't hack any more governmental institutions soon.
I'll tell you about my next project later on.
Okay.
It's really interesting. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.